Have you ever heard a Latter-day Saint say, "I believe the church is true"? Well, what does that mean exactly? Now, for those of you who don't know, every first Sunday of the month during what we call sacrament meeting, we hold what we call a fast and testimony meeting. That first Sunday, many members of the congregation participate in a fast, and during the morning service, members of the congregation have the opportunity to come to the pulpit and share their testimony with the congregation. And I promise you, if you visit an LDS church on a fast Sunday, you will hear the sincere phrase, "I believe the church is true." Now, this may raise a few eyebrows when I share my testimony, I don't use that phrase. Well, at least not without an explanation. Let me explain. In our church, we always have visitors, and many of those visitors are not members of the church and for a variety of reasons are there visiting. And here's what I need members of the church to understand. When you stand at that pulpit and say, "Brothers and sisters, I believe the church is true," what those visitors who are not members of the church may hear is, "Your church is false." Now, obviously, that's not the message we are meaning to convey, but many visitors understandably hear that phrase as implying that other churches are false. Why? Well, just ask anyone, what's the opposite of true? Everyone will answer false. Ask most people today what truth means, and you'll probably get an answer like this. Truth is fact, or something is true if it corresponds to reality, if it can be verified, measured, demonstrating, or proven, then it's true. Well, that's not wrong, but it may surprise you to learn that ancient cultures often understood truth very differently. And it is this ancient understanding of both Greek and Hebrew cultures that shape my religious understanding of true or truth. I do believe the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is true. But let me explain to you what I mean when I say the church is true. When we compare ancient and modern understandings, a fascinating contrast emerges. Today, we often think about truth in informational terms. We ask, is it factual? Is it accurate? Does the evidence support it? Ancient people certainly cared about facts, but they often framed truth differently. They asked, can it be trusted? Is it faithful? Is it stable? Will it endure? For us, the opposite of truth is usually error or falsehood. For many ancient cultures, the opposite of truth was treachery, instability, unreliability, or betrayal. Something could fail to be true not merely because it was incorrect, but because it could not be depended upon. Truth was measured by faithfulness as much as by accuracy. In the Greek world, the primary Greek word translated as truth is aletheia. One important dimension of aletheia is the idea of something being brought out of concealment and into the light, not hidden, not forgotten, unconcealed. For Greek thinkers, truth was often understood as reality emerging from concealment. Truth happened when something hidden became visible, when appearances fell away, when masks were removed, when reality revealed itself. In this sense, truth wasn't simply the correct answer on a test. It was an unveiling, a disclosure, and my favorite way to put it, a bringing into light of what had previously been obscured. Many Greek philosophers viewed the pursuit of truth as a process of moving beyond illusions and seeing reality as it actually is. Truth was revelation. Truth was uncovering. Truth was remembering what had been forgotten. let's look at the Hebrew. In the Hebrew Bible, emet often emphasizes reliability, faithfulness, and trustworthiness in addition to factual truth. This differs somewhat from modern English, where truth is often understood primarily as correspondence to facts. For the Hebrews, truth was not primarily an abstract philosophical concept. It was relational. It was practical. A truthful person wasn't merely someone who made accurate statements. A truthful person was someone who could be trusted, someone whose character was reliable, someone whose word was dependable. Imagine leaning your entire weight against a wall. If that wall holds firm, it proves itself trustworthy. That's very close to how ancient Hebrew culture understood truth. Truth was not merely about intellectual correctness. Truth was about dependability. Can you build your life upon it? Would it hold? Those were the questions. So when I say I believe the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is true, of course factual truth matters. But in the ancient world, truth also included reliability, faithfulness, and trustworthiness. I mean that in the Greek sense, it brings what is hidden into the light. And in the Hebrew sense, it proves itself faithful, trustworthy, and steady enough to build a life upon. My hope is that we will speak this phrase with greater care and deeper understanding, so that when visitors hear us, they will not hear a rejection of them, but an invitation to consider a church we have come to know as revealing, reliable, and worthy of trust. Thanks for watching.